Hi guys, Arabella here. I hope you are living your best life whenever this video finds you. I got a tiny bit of daylight left. I left the new job a little bit early, so I thought I would take this time to get another video in for you guys while I have the daylight. So this is gonna kind of be part 2 of my previous video in what not to put in your first chapters, and this is going to be what you really need to put in your first chapters. So as we are continuing down our NaNoWriMo journey here, it's definitely important to know these things and just to know them anyway. So our first one, to just start it off, our first one is going to be how you introduce your character. So, I mean, duh, like, I know, like, it's introducing your character is not the tip, but it's how you introduce your character. So, I really want you to think about the inciting incident and how your main character gets to this point. So, the way you want to introduce them is by having them in a place or in a scenario that will eventually lead them to your inciting incident, right? Like they're doing something that will pertain to the plot, will pertain to their internal conflict, will pertain to something in the story in some way. Otherwise, it's just really random and it doesn't, the readers miss that connection. So if you can connect it in some way, it doesn't have to be huge, but it just has to be relevant. Okay, that's really important. This is gonna be like that very, very first scene that is super important for you to hit properly. So think of something, you know, think that this could maybe be the reason why they go down the path that leads them to the inciting incident. So I would definitely do that one. And so next, which I'm not sure why I didn't make this #1 because it's the most important one, which is that it is your job as the author to make the audience give a shit. Like, you need to make them care. And so how do you make readers care about your characters and about this story, about this book that they just picked up? That really, the secret to that is internal conflict, right? So you really need to establish and quickly the character's wants, you know, a need that they have that they can't really see within themselves, but it's super obvious to the readers, their motivations, and a little bit of backstory. I recommend that you trickle it in bit by bit and not dump it all at once in your first upcoming chapters, okay? Like, it's just not, it's not a thing. Nobody likes it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. I've done it. It doesn't work. I don't care how great your book is, or how great your backstory is, or how great your world is. Like, don't do it. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna want to set up really quickly is the upcoming events, right? You're going to be starting to foreshadow the inciting incident. You are going to be foreshadowing the main conflict, the story conflict, right? So you are going to be sprinkling in, as they say, little hints and little doodads out into your into your manuscript, because you don't want it to hit your, you know, audience out of nowhere. You want it to be a nice natural progression of events, right? So like the main conflict, you are going to be setting up the antagonist, the contagonist, which if you don't know what that is, it's a hidden archetype. I'll have it linked above. Super important. You're gonna need to know about that. This is also going to foreshadow their internal conflicts, okay? The main thing that they're gonna, you know, their issues, thing that's gonna need to be changed, that's gonna need to be introduced too. So the final thing is, just looking at my notes, don't mind me, is that you're gonna want to introduce some of the other major players here. So I advise not like putting everybody at once. I have a big group of a big cast, I would say, and I had to introduce them very slowly. So do that. Just really introduce the major people first and just slowly, and leave the other people, if you can, for later chapters. You don't really want to overwhelm your audience with a bunch of characters. And yeah, I I think this is by far not all that you can add into your first novel, but your first few chapters, but it will get you at least started. I recommend doing some of your own research and figuring out what you want. Definitely make sure you have in there, but at least have those 4 things. Okay, I love you guys. Join the army, subscribe, hit the like button, and click the bell so you know when I'm uploading next. All right, love you guys.